Before we capture, we want to go into our settings and make sure everything is set correctly. First, let's look at our user preferences. Under the Final Cut Pro menu, go to User Preferences. There are a few things in here I'd like to change. First off, the application is set to 10 levels of undo. It has been since 1999. You can change it to up to 99. I leave it at 50. You can also change how often the autosave vault functions. You can look through these and see what other user preferences you want to change. In the editing panel, you can change things like still duration, preview pre-roll, and preview post-roll, other things like that. But the important things we want to look at are system settings and audio video settings. Under the Final Cut Pro menu, go to System Settings, and here's where you can set where your material will be captured. As I said, on this computer, we only have that one hard drive, so that's the hard drive that we're going to capture on. You can also set in here the waveform cache, the thumbnail cache, and where the autosave vault will go to, where your backups will be made. The minimum allowable free space is set to 2 gigabytes, which is exceptionally low and really should be about 10% of your actual hard drive, at least 10%. So once you have your destination for your scratch disk set, let's go and look at your audio video settings. The front panel is basically a summary of the panels behind it. When we first set up the application, when we first launched it, we got to set what format we're working with, and we chose DV-NTSC. The way these settings work essentially is that you shoot a specific format. So for instance, if you shot DVC Pro HD, you would go into the settings here and go and find DVC Pro HD, and let's say I'm shooting 1080i 60, you would select that. And that would be based upon the media you shot. You would then match your sequence settings to your capture settings. DVC Pro HD 1080i 60. If the media matches the capture settings and the sequence matches the capture settings, then everything will flow through and you will be editing in the correct format. But we're going to set this back to DV. Just go inside here and find in this huge long list DV NTSC 48K and do the same for the capture preset here. And device control is set to NTSC FireWire Basic because we're using a Canon camera. And once that's set, you're ready to go. Click on OK, and you're ready to start capturing. Before you capture, one last thing you should do is to save your project. At the moment, this project is called Untitled Project 1. When you start to capture, Final Cut will create a folder, and it will call that folder Untitled Project 1. And that's where it'll start to save the media. So the best thing to do is to save your project, give it a useful name, the name that your project will be, because that's the name that Final Cut will use to create the folder in which your media will be placed. So go up to File, Save Project As. I can't do a Save Project because there's nothing in it and it wants something in it before it'll save it. Just Save Project As. And I'm going to call this Capture because that's what we're going to be doing next. And I'll put it on my desktop. Command D in this dialog will put it on the desktop. Click on Save. And now the project is called Capture.